Hello, everyone. Welcome to MORK BORG. It's been a while. We are super excited to be back. Vin couldn't join us. Their internet is out, so we hope them a speedy internet being back on, I guess. Um, that's the thing. And welcome to Gehenna Gaming, where we tell dark stories and support inclusive gaming. And tonight, we are also supporting Planned Parenthood in light of the news today. We are doing some fundraising. I will drop a link to chat in a moment after I hand things over to Rob. But we are going to be fundraising. We have some great incentives for you, including killing one of us. Characters, not us. And making us lose or find scrolls, find treasure, things like that. So make sure you check those out. And I'll be keeping an eye on those and letting Rob know when one of them needs to happen. But without further ado, Rob, take it away.
Hey y'all. It is a week. Yesterday was my birthday. I also learned that yesterday was Supreme Court. Hey, what?
I said happy birthday.
Thank you. You also have to wish happy birthday to, I learned this today, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas.
I have to do no such thing.
His birthday and my birthday are the same birthday, June 23rd. So I'm sure he's having a very happy birthday, but I am not. And
he got what he wanted.
He got what he wanted.
Fucking
He couldn't afford it all his life, but finally he was able to afford the birthday present he always wanted, which was denying rights.
Welcome to Dark Humor Fridays.
Dark Humor Friday. Yes, I'm for my birthday. I'm making all misery roll downhill. On to you, the players. Our donation incentives, as Ian mentioned, include if you donate, I think we landed on $100. You can kill any player, and I will work it into the narrative in that moment. Any player character, not any player. I will not stab Selena.
But please, for those watching, just kill Uther. He deserves it.
Selena rolled.
He's been through enough.
Selena rolled terrible on their first stats for their PC, and wants to be rid of Uther. So anyone who the first $100 donation is going to immediately kill Selena's character. Okay, I've spoken for long enough, so I'm going to pass the mic to Selena. Oh, and I have a thread coming about Michigan's abortion rights because I'm in Michigan tonight or tomorrow. If you want to read that on Robert G. Reeve at Twitter at Robert G. Selena, save me.
Hi, I'm Selena. I can be found at _Uvidic on Twitter, UVITIC. And yeah, it's been a day. But I'm happy to be here. And I hope we raise just a lot of money. Yeah, just lots of feelings. Raven?
Oh, yes, more feelings from me. Hi, I'm Raven. I am a bit salty tonight. That's okay. You can kill my character too, and then I'll have another one that you can kill. I will have infinite characters that you can kill just so we can tell the old white men who sit at the top of the throne that they call the United States can choke on, you know what? I'll leave it. I'll leave it. You know. That's
all. To follow up on that, it has been a day. I'm Dan, Nat One Fun. You might know my stuff just from my channel. But I'm also the creative director here over at Gehenna Gaming. I do want to say today has been just an awful load of emotions coming from somebody who loves all the women in my life very dearly, meaning my mom, my wife, my daughters, and having to think about what they're going to have to deal with now with this change. So it's been difficult for me, and I can't imagine what it's like for everybody else. So yeah, that's it. That's it for me. Oh, also kill my character, please.
I suspect this stream is going to be peppered with real world sidebars where we just scream in anguish because we
Yeah.
forget that we're playing a fantasy game.
I do want to say this. We are all here out of like there's no contracts. There's no like you got to be here. It's nothing like that. We all want to be here. We want to raise money for the cause. We want to make sure that it is being done in a one safe manner and a two, we need to kind of commiserate in times like this. And this is kind of our way of doing it.
I'm very much a cope with dark humor person. So MORK BORG has plenty of dark humor. So
Yeah. I guess that leaves me, right?
yeah, I guess it does.
Okay. First of all, we've already raised $120.
What?
Who the fuck is dead?
So Anonymous donated 100, which surprised me. So I think that's a character death. I think that's a dead Uther before we even start.
Oh my god, what happens to Uther at the start of this?
Thank you.
I'll work
game.
Thank
Thank
into a
you
recap.
so much.
That also hits our first milestone, which is I take a shot of this Thai moonshine that I
Oh
have.
my god, dude.
I'm just
I'm gonna text my wife.
this. So I'm gonna do
Y'all
that.
got moonshine. I just want noodles.
Noodles.
Cool.
Skull.
Delicious.
Rob, is that the cherry blossom LaCroix?
Why, yes, it is.
It's so good.
No, it's terrible.
I
you're,
like it.
You're a psycho. Okay,
Amazing.
this is
Yeah.
cherry blossom LaCroix. I
Mhm.
cannot emphasize this enough. It does not taste like cherry whatsoever.
I
Interesting.
disagree. I
It
disagree.
tastes like you dissolved a Tootsie Roll into a can of bubbles.
Oh.
You have a penis, and today your opinion does not matter.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna make a note of that, considering Rob is the GM.
And the pit has dropped.
That's fair.
On that note, hi y'all. I'm Ian. I am the founder of Gehenna
You want
Gaming.
this.
My opinion also does not matter today. So I'm just gonna say, help us raise some money for a very important cause today. And I'm looking forward to playing MORK BORG. It has been far too long, and I love all of these faces on the screen with me, and I'm excited to hang out with them again. That's it.
You
I'm
credits.
I'm still not over Selena's just little sassy clapback. Like I'm living for that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good.
Selena-
I hope you as viewers came to fucking rock and roll today, because like
I got both my fans at my disposal, so y'all. I'm just letting you know.
As a reminder, I am matching donations for the first $1,000, and an anonymous benefactor is matching donations for the first $5,000.
I guess that technically means we've already raised $300.
Technically, yeah.
$360.
Yeah. So any donation that you make for the first $1,000 is going to be matched $2 for your dollar.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm at like a teleconference thing right now. What are the like
Yeah.
Phone
The,
banking.
like,
Your phone
the
banking.
phone banking? Yeah.
Public access.
Yeah.
NPR. I'll pitch in this tote bag.
I will.
I don't have a tote bag.
I will guilt you into giving me your money over and over again until you feel bad enough to do it.
I'll just call Sarah McLachlan and have her come start singing.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyway,
To recap, okay. MORK BORG, a doom metal album of a game. I've got so many MORK BORG things. I'm literally wearing the shirt.
Oh, that's great.
The shirt and the zine that comes with it.
but do you have the official cat?
Official cat. I do not have the official cat of MORK BORG, which I assume has used up all 9 of its lives. Putrescence Regnant is the adventure that we're playing tonight. This is a MORK BORG adventure that is literally printed on a record. And the sleeve of the record has a class, the Gilded Wolf, that Selena will be playing now that Uther is dead.
No, I'm playing. I'm too attached to the Gilded Wolf. I'm playing. I did a Scumbirther.
Oh, you're not. Oh,
Not yet.
you're trying to
Not
preserve
risking the
your
Gilded
Gilded Wolf.
Wolf.
You don't want your Gilded Wolf to get killed off in the first 5 minutes of this by a wayward donation.
I
Now-
would. No, I actually really enjoy the class. as a concept, and I want to see where it goes. It's too risky to do it now.
True.
The Gilded Wolf is a cool class that's works right into this adventure. It is someone who impersonates nobles, so they're kind of like a rake. And every session that they start, you roll a d6, and you have a different con that you run.
I love that.
And the con gives you a different power depending on what you roll. It's baked into this adventure because this adventure is full of nobles. We are in Putrescence. Regnant is a swamp adventure. So we've got random encounters for a swamp. We've got bog monsters, and I have a map in here of you going from island to island in our swamps here, and what you'll see at the different islands. So let's see. To recap, we left Haria is in the brig.
Having a good old time.
Uther and the Decrepit One were wandering through a mirror maze.
Right.
And Ulf and Crixix were somewhere on the boat together, I think entreating with some nobles. You started in the town of Trorish, and you got a boat in and a guide into the swamps. And in the swamps, you found the floating basilica of the Scions of Schleswig.
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 It begins.
Schleswig.
As a recap here, you're in the swamps of Targdungle, a festering wound upon a dying world. And High King Lorter VI of Wastland, the official record says, was assassinated by poison priests from the now sunken land of Sudglens. There was a short but devastating war of reprisal. But the actual truth is, High King Lorter VI of Wastland and his court fled the country. And since then, I'm not going to tell you because that's all secrets for you to learn on the adventure.
Amazing.
But you're in the swamp looking for the Scions of Schleswig and High King Lorter. And there's a mud cult in the swamp, and the royally appointed governor of the village of Trorish. You didn't meet him, and that's that. You are on the Scions of Schleswig and the Floating Basilica. They claim to be the current king, Fothmu IX, his delegates, sent to pacify cultists and alligator ghouls. They promise you treasure and pleasure beyond measure. They were feeling really rhymey with that one. Okay. They will they want you to find an augur. High King Lorter VI lost throne room and his augur. You can lead them to it, and if you do, then they will pay you wealth beyond measure. That brings us to you all.
Mm-hmm. So I remember that Uther and the Decrepit One had entered a mirror maze.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your new character's name?
Crixix.
Crixix. And Finn's character that I cannot remember.
Ulf.
Had gone in a different direction, and if I remember correctly, Haria got herself locked up in jail.
Yep.
Intentionally.
I did. I wanted to go.
Take me. I dare you.
With some kinky delight. Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta start my harem again because fucking Francois.
True.
Gone.
Decrepit one, you move through the mirror maze quickly and effortlessly.
Mhm.
Oh, say something because I think my headphone just died.
Hello.
Hey, okay, cool. There was a mysterious crackling. You have moved through the mirror maze.
Yeah.
To arrive at the study and vault
Okay.
of this port transept.
Okay.
However, Uther, you wandered into the mirror maze and became helplessly lost. In a panic, you started slamming on the mirrors, shattering them, and you saw a negative image of yourself reflected there. It reached out and grabbed you and pulled you into the abyss where a broken mirror once was. And Uther, you are gone.
Oh, rip Uther.
Rip.
Well,
Reroll in peace.
You got killed by Dark Uther. Or would it be
Uther.
Light Uther?
Yeah.
It's that. Oh, is that Ocarina of Time where you fight Dark Link?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There are
The
a lot
water
of them.
temple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. The worst temple.
Decrepit one in the vault.
Mhm.
You find many notes from these various nobles.
Okay. Cool.
They are about High King Lorter
Oh.
and
okay.
his lost throne room and his augur. It
Mhm.
seems that these nobles have been collecting a ton of information, trying to get to the truth of the matter of this king and the king's augur.
Okay. So far, I had gathered a little information because I talked to the ghouls underwater that were pulling this boat, and they said they serve the one who would become Lich.
Yes.
I have to find his augur if I wish to know more.
I'm glad you said that because I wrote down the words decrepit one lich and had no idea what I meant by that note.
I'm becoming a Lich, obviously.
I was reasonably sure you were not becoming a lich, but now that I'm revising, now that I'm looking back at my other notes, I realize what I was trying to tell myself.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start going through and seeing if I could find more information. Location is being a big focus, but just in general, more information on the augur and the High King, and my zombie hand is actually going to help me.
Ah, that's
like
right.
Going through, flipping pages, looking, like pulling out books that might be useful for me. Yeah.
Parchment is incredibly valuable.
Okay.
And you can see that pinned up along one whole side of this study and vault, there are there's a round body made of paper,
Mhm.
and then 8 irregular lines coming off of it. And when you take a step back, it looks like a giant spider made of pages of parchment that have been like plastered against the wall.
Ooh.
Hi.
I would like to cautiously take a closer look. Oh, hello.
He's just hanging out.
Puppy cam.
Pop cam.
Cool.
Yeah, okay, you're hanging out.
Okay. I'd like to cautiously take a closer look at this shape on the wall.
Where the head of this spider would be, when you get closer, you can see that there is a page there that looks like a family tree for the current lineage, and it ends with High King Lorter the Sixth circled, and then drawn there is a
Open.
crown. And when you take a step back from that like looks like the head, and someone's like graffitied onto this parchment a little crown over High King Lorter.
Do I feel like any of the information on the pieces of parchment would be useful?
It looks like a number of historical texts that have been like shredded, like torn out of the books, and then taped up to the wall, or glued up to the wall. And yeah, when you take a step back and look at it, it looks like it's got like 8 long limbs plastered against the wall.
Does it look like the limbs are pointing at anything?
That's a good question.
We have 2 more $100 donations.
Wow. Okay. We
One
need
of
to
them
kill 2 more
specifically
players.
saying they want Dan to die. You stepped away, so you must pay, is what the comment says.
Look, I stepped away to pick up some fireball shots. Like I was like, I got little tiny baby fireballs.
God, that means I have to do 2 more shots too.
Oh no, Ian.
I'm good.
We should have
Good.
made shots a separate incentive.
Well,
I
no,
did.
I didn't say I was taking a shot every freaking $100. I said I got
No,
2
that was
little
me.
baby shots.
That was just me.
Oh my gosh! Yes, $100 means someone dies in our game.
Yep.
Like you can literally just kill one of us off mid-story.
Yeah. Someone want to drop the donation link in chat for me? It's just !donate.
I got you.
Okay. Rob, I am plugging in my Scumbirthed character into Roll20.
Okay.
But just to keep things easy, are you okay if I keep the list of decoctions on just like on a separate tab?
Scumbirther list of decoctions. Yeah. Did you randomly generate like
A cult herb master?
Yeah. That was what Dan was playing up until he got killed last session, and now got killed again right now. Yes, my computer is still broken. I am playing from Adelaide's, which is why you have this beautiful alternative background.
But we get doggo shots now, so that's
Well,
great.
you get doggo shots now. Yeah.
Is it? I think it's pretty awesome that I'm also drinking from a thing that has like a really shiny red devil on it as well. It's part
We
of
can't
our-
tell. You're black and white.
That's true. Anyways,
Same, actually.
cheers.
I'm colorblind, Steve. Solid 90s callback.
Okay. So I need a Scumbirther then, and you need to come up how I die.
Yeah, well, I will do that. And Cassie says I get to decide who dies.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna pick Raven because Raven's in the brig.
They just forget about Harriet.
Yeah. Harriet's still there. Harriet's still there. Raven, on the other hand, fucking dead.
Rip.
Harriet, you were thrown into the brig. Whatever masterful plan that you had here, blessed by the basilisk, who is the heretical of the 2 basilisks. As we know, in MORK BORG's world, there are 2 two-headed basilisks. A man who takes all the credit, and a woman who had the actual prophecies. And in honor of today,
I will fucking end you. Don't even say it. Don't even say it. I will literally come up to where you are and I will karate chop you directly in your fucking Achilles tendon. Don't you fucking do it.
That is one hell of a place to karate chop, I'm saying.
suffice to say, Harriet is forgotten.
First course.
I swear to fuck. Okay. I just got Scumbirthered and it's another heretical priest. So
Did
I'm
you
not
really?
doing that. I'm
Good
not
for
doing
you.
that. No.
You can do it. Let it ride.
Oh my god.
No.
We have so many religions you can be heretically a part of.
You'd be part of mine.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh.
Cursed Skinwalker. That's what I got.
Skinwalker.
Ooh, yeah.
Is that like the werewolf druid class?
It says, I don't fucking know what it says. It
Yes,
just
it
says
is.
shifting bones and doomsaying monkey.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, we just got another donation. Everyone gets a free feat.
Okay.
Ooh.
All of us.
How do I plug this into?
So
Okay.
I just copy paste. So I like.
Everybody's
doesn't-
getting a new character, and then I'm gonna pull up this heretic zine.
Hey, I am still alive. Thank you very much.
Okay.
But
For
for
now.
how long,
But
Ian?
for how
you,
long?
You called attention to yourself.
Oh, I
Val.
know.
That was the mistake.
That was the point. I'm choosing to take my new feat on the new character I have to roll up.
Okay, I'm copy pastaing everything.
Not to dissuade those who are tuned in, but maybe we should have just a 10-minute pause in $100 donations so we can actually
Who are
Play
you?
the game.
No.
I mean, honestly, if they want to keep giving, fuck it. We'll
That's
just
fair.
make characters for the whole night.
all your new characters. Okay. Morgan, Cassie, Tay, each of you roll 2d6. If you can. You've got Google and there are die rollers on the internet. I know you can. But you're going to roll 2d6, which in MORK BORG is d66. And that will let us know what feats our new players or our new characters are going to have. Rolled 2 6s. Okay.
I have manacles at least.
Okay.
I love that the Scumbirther or the character creation thing has a button that just says click to kill this one.
Yeah, I know. I love it. Kill this one.
Raven, your new character has vile blood.
Ooh.
Something about your blood is wrong. It's more akin to a corpse's putrid ichor.
That seems to make sense. Yep.
Whenever a creature attacks you with a biting attack and hurts you, it is poisoned. It suffers d4 damage for d6 rounds. Additionally, should you suffer an infection, roll a d2, so flip a coin. On a 2, you are not infected. Morgan rolled a 3 and a 4, so Selena, your new character, is a harbinger of misery. Can you guys
That's
still hear me?
odd.
That's
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
yeah.
There was a
we're
weird
just-
silence.
Well,
We were all
we're-
duly impressed.
Yeah, I was waiting for more detail.
Okay, so my new character's name is Grin.
Nice.
I like it.
Current hit points 3.
You are harbinger of misery. You feel a dark blessing course through your veins. You have dedicated yourself to the black disk that will blot out the sun. Gain 4 maximum moments instead of 2. As long as you live, the GM rolls 2 misery dice every day. Okay.
Okay.
So you make the world end faster by living.
I like this one.
That's
I
a
like it
great
too.
one.
My new character is named Nifel, an occult herb master.
Awesome.
Aw.
Which it's worth pointing out, endlessly aggravated and conflicted, chronic athlete's foot, stinks, consistently loses important items, and forgets vital facts.
Great.
Oh my god, you were horrible.
You're
But your stats are great.
But yeah, they're okay.
Wow. Dan, you with a 51, thanks Tay, you are lucky. Fate sounds ominous. You prefer luck. Good things always seem to happen to you. This has lulled you into a false sense of security. How long will this last? You do not have any omens, and no omens can be spent to influence your rolls. Instead, you always roll 2d20 for your tests and pick the highest result. However, you still fumble if either of them comes up as a 1. Your luck must run out eventually.
nice.
Oh, wow.
That's
okay, so I have advantage on all my rolls?
You have advantage on all your rolls, but if either of them is ever a 1, you fumble.
Okay.
And then someone in chat who is not Cassie or Morgan or Tay, give me one more roll of 2d6 for Ian's new character, the random feat that Ian is going to get with Ian's new character.
Oh, Ian died?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
But soon.
But,
I'm gonna
but
go.
Well,
do that.
But
hold on.
That was a good time.
Oh,
Hey, Selena.
I love the
Yes.
Can you roll a new character?
Are you kidding me?
And then can you do it again?
Oh my god!
And then
I
all
love
of us need to. We just got a
whoa.
$600 donation.
hold on.
What
That's
the
amazing.
Fuck!
Happily.
incredible.
You know what?
Thank
Happily.
you.
Done.
Thank you, whoever did that. I will describe a murder montage here.
Oh, I
Okay.
love it. Okay, yes. Can we actually let's give ourselves time to make these characters, but during that, come up with that murder montage.
Yes.
That's great.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm rolling 2 new characters. Is that correct?
You're hold on.
Only 2 new characters.
No,
I
you're
like that
rolling. Yeah, roll 3
Stack.
times.
Someone
God.
specified that you need to invent new characters to describe and kill.
Yep.
Okay.
This is absolute chaos. I don't think story is happening tonight.
Also say
That's
thank
fine.
you. Also say thanks to Vince.
Vincent,
Got it.
Vince, I love you.
Can we also just give a quick shout out to Arg Tval, who lived just as he died? Not at all. He just he poofed into existence and then died.
Also, rip to Vresi, the forlorn philosopher who fell victim to the mental virus of love. And then, as a result of that, the object of my affection went to live in a hole.
Amazing.
Mhm.
Gotcha. I will also say this to not kind of rid people of their donations before I say we keep our
Beats.
our feats, the
Okay.
lucky or whatever
I
that
think
I
that's
just got.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're
That
Welcome back,
transfers
Raven.
thanks. Everything came out okay, just in case you wanted to know.
over. Thanks.
I just happen to have a very small bladder. That's fine.
That's valid.
Anyway.
I'm gonna have to go in a minute because. Oh,
So we're making another character.
We are making
Already.
another character.
Selena had
times
to make
2.
3 more characters.
Yeah, we get a ×2. She gets a ×3.
Oh my god.
Okay. So is Grin officially dead?
100%.
Man. Man. I like this. So fuck you, but honestly, thank you so much. Like that,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah,
Oh,
we've,
yeah, for sure.
we've already raised $1,102.
hell yeah.
It's amazing.
Are before like donation matching?
Yeah, that before, yes.
Hell yeah.
So we've
All
already
right.
raised 3,300. No,
All right.
That is
3,200.
mind-blowing.
I
We
have
already
I have
raised
met
three-
I have met my goal. I am donating $1,000. Thank you everybody for donating. We're at 1,000. I'm matching the first 1,000. We still have an anonymous benefactor matching to $5,000 of donations.
Wait, hold on. Does he
What?
have? Do they have to match your match? Like, if you go in and don't add your match to Tiltify now, do they have to match
That
that?
is true.
Where
I guess
does it
happens.
end?
That feels exploitive. But I will maybe if one of you annoys me too much, I'll throw in an extra $100 to get rid of you in the middle of a scene.
Okay, all right. Well,
Goals.
say hello to Hyru. Hyru, the famed
Hyru?
deserter. Hyru.
Okay.
The U has an umlaut. Oh,
I am Karg,
Karg.
the dead god's prophet. I literally just kept going until I got a black screen because I don't want to look at things that are bright. I hope you don't mind.
Super valid.
I'm going to describe how all of these people die in one fell swoop.
Let's see it.
Perfect.
The floating basilica that you are on is sailing down the river where this bog is until it scrapes along an unsightly, massive nail, cutting the ship in half. The entire ship sinks into the bog, and the various chained zombies that have been dragging this thing throughout the swamp are finally ready for their revenge. They tear the ship in two, and everyone thrown overboard is dragged into the swamps and torn limb from limb. The entire contents of the basilica, everyone on it, everything on it, is dragged beneath the swamp. And each of you who dies here was someone on this basilica who is part of a death montage as this entire thing sinks into the waters.
Bryn just grabs his dog and goes, "No, Beauty!"
Amazing. I love it.
The floating basilica is no more.
As if a
This-
million voices cried out at once and were silenced.
Suddenly silence. Oh God. Execute Order 66.
So, I would like to introduce you all to Harga, a cursed skinwalker with 6 HP.
Hey, you know what? I didn't realize how tanky as shit a Fang Deserter is. I have 10 HP to start out with.
All my stats are 0.
Wow.
Just 0, 0, 0,
What a
0,
roll.
0. Yep. So, that's me.
Hey, to be fair, there's no negatives.
Sorry. I'm a cursed skinwalker who first died by an arrow in the brain somewhere in the depths of Sarkash. You should have stayed dead, but something grabbed a hold of your soul as it seeped into the river of death and sealed you once again in mortal flesh. Only this time, the cage is not yours alone. In the currents of the afterlife, your soul mingled with that of another dying creature, leaving you halved. Now you live in a shared existence, locked in everlasting struggle between man and monster. Arbitrary and hateful, hauntingly beautiful, unnervingly clean. Convinced you cannot die. Also, I'm half lizard.
Hauntingly
So I'm half
beautiful.
lizard.
Burying the lead there, but all right.
All of you survivors have managed to escape the wreckage of the floating basilica.
Okay.
And in doing so, you swim through the bog over to a nearby boat. And sitting on that boat is a woman, the bog hunter Kirkless.
Yes!
All right.
Her knuckles do the talking. She's a loyal bog guide for 10 silver a day, and she refuses to leave her boat.
We love her.
She was perched on her own boat next to this basilica, never leaving it. And as you were all swimming, she's dragging each of you onto the boat, shaking her head and says, "Never leave the boat."
She said, never leave the boat.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So I would like to introduce you to Haru. I am a fanged deserter, so my teeth elongate past like where my lips are at all times. I would seem immediately very aggressive, just due to like my hunched back and like my teeth and everything like that, my lower demeanor and everything, until I open my mouth and I'm like, "Hey guys, how's it going?
No.
I'm clumsy and dull-witted apparently, but I'm ready to fight."
You're giving me strong like Goonies vibes.
Hey
Yeah.
guys.
Hey, you guys.
I didn't want to copyright the "hey you guys," you know what I'm saying? Change it up enough.
Hey, Rob. You want to kill someone again?
I'll just do it. I'll just roll up a new character. It's fine.
I was like, I just introduced
just
mine.
got-
Maybe.
We just got another $100.
Hey, that's fine.
Bork, Bork. Show me what you got, respectfully.
Bork.
Bork, bork, mork, bork.
Yep.
I dig it. I think this
All
is
right.
in the
I-
spirit
I'm
of
learning.
Bork Borg.
So I'm not
Mine.
using my computer today. I'm using Adelaide's computer,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm learning that her audio drivers are insane. So I'm gonna switch to speaker because my headphones keep coming in and out.
Oh
I'll
no.
let you entertain yourselves by re-rolling characters that keep dying, while I figure out my audio real quick.
Hey, Rob, real quick. How many miseries do we have already? No, never mind. Does anyone else remember?
Nope.
2, I think.
2.
Yeah,
I
I think
two.
it was 2.
Cool. All right. My new character's ready to go.
Is it even worth plugging these into Roll20 at this point until like
Just
they've had
having
some
it open on the other screen.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's what
I
was
am
thinking.
because I'm using Roll20 to roll.
Oh, okay. Well, for as long as he's here, My new character is Keftar, the heretical priest. Hunted by the two-headed basilisks of the one true faith, I can be found raving in ruins, traipsing endlessly down dusty roads and desecrating cathedrals by night. Loudmouth, deceitful, nails cracked and black, maybe about to drop off, gambling addict, must bet every day. If I lose, I raise and bet again.
Nice.
Stats aren't bad.
Gambler.
I also carry nail armor.
Oh, cool.
That sounds metal.
That's metal as fuck.
It really is.
You just rolled that randomly?
I went Raven's route. I have a headache, so I rolled until I got a black screen.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I have a migraine, or I'm fighting off a migraine. So I'm like,
the MORK BORG scum birther site will oscillate between black, yellow, white, or pink, and it's like very jarring colors. So black is safe. Black is soft.
Yeah.
May I suggest a Google Chrome plugin that makes all your websites dark or have a dark mode?
yeah, but then the ones that you actually put into dark mode, it will make it light mode.
It makes it all wild, and then you just gotta hit the button. Oh no!
You gonna die, baby. You gonna die.
No.
Goodbye.
No.
Oh.
Sorry, I misread this. You have 5
Anticipation.
sacrifice characters that just came in.
Is this just
How much money
I think this is
are
just
we
a
raising?
session where we talk about how cool MORK BORG
I really
is.
think we should have an in-depth conversation about character creation and more for it. So we are now at 1,700.
Holy fucking shit! y'all.
Vince again donated 200. Said give me a new DM or a new voice. Love Robbie. But that was for sacrifice a character, and that's 200, so that's 2 characters. And then Landshark with 300 said they shouldn't have gotten on the boat. 3 new characters.
This is true. This is true.
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own telling my friends to join the chat.
I did tell Vince, like, hey, if you want to get some of that rage out, come kill me.
Yeah, I literally begged people to do it on Twitter. So
I just showed up.
You know what we should have done is had people roll on the calendar of Necroball, which heralds in the apocalypse.
I can add
at this point,
incentives.
it's like
this point, let's get a couple
$500
rolls
just
in.
end
Can we
the
get
game.
rid of the created new
$500 just end the game.
$500, make everyone burn their books.
Hold on. No. I like this book.
No,
I also
no, my
like
MORK
this
BORG
book. My MORK BORG book.
No.
Oh my god.
All right.
So wait, hold on. What are we adding? I'm adding a new incentive for this. Roll.
How you doing, Ian?
What,
I'm
250?
I'm good for a while. I'm taking a
250
break.
to move the marker up on our doom?
Blah, blah, blah.
I'm just gonna eat my noodles.
Oh,
Let's-
it's the calendar of Necroball.
Yes.
I'm going
the
to say
calendar of
advance
Necroball.
the
Let's give a
calendar of
freebie
Necroball.
here. This is possibly you may be killing off many characters, but do you want to have a long-term consequential effect on the campaign? That's where the calendar of Necroball comes in. Callers, donors, in lieu of a tote bag, tonight we're offering your chance to customize the apocalypse of our campaign. The calendar of Necroball declares that the world trembles. One can feel it. Oh, wait, I was asked to do a funny voice. I'm sorry.
That's
Okay.
a funny voice.
You're still, yeah.
Funny.
Your voice
That's
is
not
a
your
funny
normal
voice.
voice.
I dug it.
That's my normal voice.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
funny enough. It's fun.
Oh,
Keep
Rob.
going.
Oh. No.
What? Was it something I said?
The world trembles. One can feel it in ways sharp and subtle, mysterious and clear. One by one, inevitable events demand their place. Illustrating this, the game master, GM, rolls a die. Each dawn, a result of a one
Why does it
activates
keep
one
changing?
misery. What?
Why does
Your voice keeps changing like the screensaver that like goes from one color to the other, like that. That's how your voice is changing.
Got a wave.
Like,
It's got a wave.
Yeah, it's weirdly fluid, but it keeps fluxing
Right.
in and out of all these different accents.
How much should be advancing the calendar of Necroball be for a?
I don't know, 250. Viewership is plummeting, by the way.
No, it's not. It's not that bad. 250? Okay.
I'm blaming my voice.
It's not for lack of fun. I mean, this shit.
I'm
I
having
would.
a blast.
I would. Yeah.
I
mean,
I
this is
can't
got-
argue with
Continue.
how much we're raising for human rights here.
Yeah.
The GM then rolls D66 to determine which misery occurs. The same misery will not befall the world twice.
Wait, I'm sorry. Was a funny voice like requested?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, but a funny
Vince.
voice also. A Kermit wasn't requested, but we're here, aren't we?
Why are there so many?
Okay, I'm gonna roll 2d6. Adelaide has dice around here somewhere.
Do you want me to roll it for you?
No.
Okay.
It says the game master rolls a die.
I'm acquired dice because I realized I have at least one of these new deaths and I'm not entering it into fucking.
Okay,
I can't wait to
This
see
is,
what roulette I end up on.
this is
for
a
the actual
complimentary
next
misery
episode.
befalling the world in honor of the misery befalling the real world.
Too true.
Okay. I rolled a 1 and a 2. So chat, let's decide whether which of these two, whether we want
Too much.
Psalm 1 verse 2 or Psalm 2 verse 1. Our first option is, and the earth shall shake and be riven, and from the cracks shall rise a poisonous mist, and in 10 days it will shroud the world. Okay.
I like it.
Or, as at the beginning, so at the end, all manner of fly and wasp shall fill the air. So one of these miseries will befall the world. Do we want the first one about poisonous mist rising from the cracks, or do we want all manners of fly and wasp filling the air? Staring at this chat bar, waiting for something.
I can't words. I was about to type something and I completely fucking fucked that up. That's fine.
I'm just waiting to finally land on my next character to be like, this is the last one you have to reroll. Because right
In the
now,
meantime,
yeah,
all
go
of
ahead.
you are pulled onto a boat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You are the few survivors of the wreck of the Basilica.
Mm-hmm.
And as you are pulled on, your guide Kirkless is reassuring you that you're safe now. This boat, no harm can come to you on this boat. And that is when the zombies come for the boat.
Yeah.
They burst forth from the water, grabbing it and pulling it plank by plank. And it sinks beneath the swamp.
Amazing.
I thought it was a main character, but all along I was just a side character.
I'm going to say that our earth shall shake and be riven, and from the cracks shall rise a poisonous mist, and in 10 days it will shroud the world.
That was
Okay.
like my sex tape.
We have 10 days until poisonous mist shrouds the world.
Oh my god. Okay, so
Amazing.
first maggots and now poisonous mist.
Yes.
Great.
Love it.
I'm into it.
So we had 5. My God.
Ian, don't.
Before we kill someone else, can I just call attention to the like sweet weapon that my heretical priest would have had?
Yeah, let's hear it.
It's the sacred shepherd's crook. Its head a hook of human bone inscribed with overlapping anti-prayers. This crook hooks through other worlds. Staff does 2d4 damage except to faithless humans.
I feel like
That is
prepping
pretty
one would have
wicked.
stolen that from your corpse if he made it. You'd be like, man, now.
That is actually wicked as hell.
That is
Yeah.
awesome. We did not get another character death, so I'm going to hold this one until after we get our new characters going, but we got another advancement on the calendar of Necroball.
Holy shit.
Thank you,
Okay.
Casual Nerd. Okay, so we had
Thanks, Casual.
Thank you, Casual.
5 new characters come in. There are 4 of us.
Okay.
And I-
Casual nerd, why don't you roll for our calendar of Necroball here? Give me 2d6 and tell me which one is the first number and which one is the second number. and we will have you roll on our 6 psalms here, and this will have a permanent effect on the campaign.
Yep.
I can-
I
this
rerolled
changes the
twice.
world as we play.
Oh,
I re-rolled twice, so if you guys want to re-roll once.
Selena, how many times have you re-rolled already?
I'll re-roll twice. I'll re-roll
5.
twice.
Okay, I will do 2.
I'll do 2.
Raven will do 2.
And
that
Dan
leaves-
did 2.
And Dan has done 2.
Yes.
Okay.
So MORK BORG is designed so that when you die, you can jump back in really quickly. There is a way to roll a character on the official MORK BORG website in a single button called
So
the
let me
Scum
drop that in
Birther,
chat for folks so they can
Yeah,
see what we're doing.
for sure.
so that you
Um,
can play along. Yeah, birth your own scum.
Birth
Play
your own
along
scum.
and make your own. Yeah, exactly. Make
So-
your own character.
The short-lived Fearfank, a sacrilegious songbird, did something and then just and now he's dead.
What is a
He tripped on a
sacrilegious
stone.
songbird?
I don't know.
How are you
Uh,
getting these
we
like
can't just-
sweet
we can't
classes?
just
I'm
roll
only getting
past
the
this
the
without
base
letting
classes.
our
Same.
At
beloved
the bottom,
donors
there's a
know
way
what
to
you just
enable
killed.
NPC content.
Oh
Yes.
Oh,
shit!
dude.
I've
I
been
should've
doing this
that.
wrong.
Oh my god,
Yes.
me too.
Enable
What have you been
NPC
doing wrong?
content.
You
have
can
to select
enable
a
more
button.
content
Mhm.
versus like the core
Oh,
character
Oh,
class.
Oh,
God.
that's cool.
Okay, so
Okay,
I
kill my
re-
character again.
Skinwalker.
Yeah, do
Yo,
it.
kill my character again, please.
I
Oh
like.
wait, we have one more. Dan, we have one more that needs to be generated. So there you go.
Okay, I get it. Okay, here we go.
Okay, I'm going to introduce my character for fuck's sake.
Do it, Rave. Do it.
I am Clad Chimes the Knives, and I am a pale one.
Clad
can tell.
chimes the knives.
Clad Chimes the Knives. I am
Oh, it's-
not even fucking kidding
It's
you.
in my nose.
You were vomited forth by a foul beast in Bergen Crypt. I'm into it.
Nice.
We don't king shame here, so thank you.
Yeah.
You are fundamentally other and belong nowhere. You have had bouts of incoherent madness and self-destructive rages, but mostly you simply wait in solitary resignation for that which is inevitable. Assertive and shallow, nails cracked and black, maybe about to drop off. Laughs hysterically at your own jokes, which you will explain in detail.
That's this entire stream.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna really quickly in the Heretic Zine. I'm gonna talk about the sacrilegious songbird. This is a bard class, always the bringer of unwelcome sounds. Oh shit, that's me. Your vocation as a bard left you destitute and disreputable until the rueful day when a being of impious character made you the deal of a lifetime. Your soul may be screaming, but your throat sings sweetly, and the purse ever sweeter, a small price to play. Oh shit, you made a deal with the devil to be able to sing.
Oh.
That's a cool class.
I like it. Yeah. That might be
You're
what I
the
actually
Robert
play when we
Johnson
come back.
of the
That
of
sounds
the,
cool as hell.
of the MORK BORG world. You know what we might do?
Huh.
Enough people have died that maybe we'll just stop this current adventure and just roll right into the you wake up in a grave adventure.
Yes, please. That would be great.
We could
We
always
can.
come. We can always come back to this.
If you can.
I'm
Right.
fine with. I'm fine with
When-
this.
Once the dust settles, we'll just roll right into Graves Left Wanting halfway through this stream.
Oh no. Oh no. We got. Okay. Never mind. Continue. Continue. Vince.
Oh, no.
Vince, please
Oh,
roll.
no,
2d6
we got more
for
money?
us. Yeah. Hey Vince, roll 2d6 for us.
So I'm a junker. I'm sorry, I am Junker. Like my name is Junker. And I am a sacrilegious songbird. So I know we wanted to see this before, and I just happened to land on it. It says a soul bartered. A soul bartered. You carry an aura of unnatural charm everywhere you go, capable of unsettling foes and calming friends. Spend a use of your daily powers to add or subtract a d6 to any morale check. And I have mouth-to-mouth organ. I play this bony harp, mouth harp. to make a broken listener instantly recover D4 HP. I'm a healer, y'all. But they cannot speak until their HP has been completely recovered.
Damn.
Okay. Okay.
Don't know what the hell mouth-to-mouth organ is, but that's where we are. I'm a healer that silences people.
Sounds like something you find on you know what? Leaving it.
Rob, Vince requested that I roll 2d6 for him, and I rolled a 5 and a 2.
Okay.
That's 2 more miseries. Before we announce the miseries, do we want to go through Raven's new character and my new character?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
do
clad.
that.
I'm clad tribes. The knives.
Oh, okay. All right, so it's just me. We're just on to
Yeah.
me. Okay.
Yep.
So I am now Magverk and a cursed skinwalker. I have 8 HP. I first died in the back of a plague cart just north of Galgenbeck, so, nearby here. Convenient. Should have stayed dead, something grabbed a hold of me, blah, blah, blah. I'm self-conscious and demanding, chapped and cracked lips. I whistle when trying to hide, but I deny it. Whistle when 5, 7, 9, 11, or 13 is rolled on a d20, apparently. I'm also part bear. Y'all,
Bury the lead.
Y'all, I'm not changing this character. Pro tip, because this is just me in real life. Dan and Raven have met me in real life. I'm a large man.
I had a pencil.
I will say that the 2 abilities that I have is alien origins. So I'm literate, but only in dead languages and cannot use scrolls. Instead, I can intuitively use 1 randomly rolled power. The power changes at each dawn or dusk. Pick one. The other one is the stars were right. Roll D4 plus 2 for omens. Say something cryptic every time you use one.
Raven saying something cryptic? Impossible.
Well, I never.
It's Harriet. She's back.
I've been reincarnated as a stoutly man with a big beard.
So I'm apparently a part bear from Bergen Crypt. I also carry a bear trap.
You know what's really funny is
It's
I
just a
was
U-trap.
vomited forth by a foul beast in Bergen Crypt. So I'm just going to say that you puked me out.
Perfect. Perfect. This is amazing. I love it. Okay.
Selena, what psalm did Vincent roll?
I rolled a 5 and a 2.
Okay.
Sorry.
So 2 new miseries have befallen our world. 4 of our miseries have now afflicted us. And as a reminder, on the 7th misery, the world ends. So you only have 2 more miseries. And okay, Psalm 3, verse 4. The great shall be made poor, and
Rob.
the poor.
Rob, can you read that in a different way?
Read the group chat in Zoom, please, because we had a
Read the group chat in
$250 donation.
Yeah, if you could just read that in a different way, that'd be great.
Rob, there's a request for you to talk like Yoda.
Yep. Object, subject, verb, sentence construction. They specified. Thank you, Morgan.
Object, subject, verb, sentence construction. They specified. Okay, great. Am I missing chat? Do I just have a second worst chat where nothing's moving?
No,
I'm on the same thing.
The donations have comments on Tiltify, and that's where I'm pulling this from.
Okay.
Our Twitch chat is kind of like catching up to our reactions.
Raven's just like, I'm out.
Got it.
Oh,
Around the whatever's a perimeter create.
I'm
Understood.
not going to lie to you. Like, my brain checked out like 30 minutes ago. I'm just here.
That's fine.
Hey, we're here collecting donations is what we're doing.
Yes, I'm doing that. But my brain is just like...
Okay, so I have to read already pretty biblical sounding Psalms of Necrobol in a Yoda voice.
Yep.
Got it. Psalm 3:4. Made poor the great shall, and poorer still the 4. So, this is sort of doing the biblical like
it
the
over
last
yet?
shall become the first shall become last, but
No?
it's saying instead, the last will become even more last. Everybody's poor.
Y'all
Got
put
it.
your cringe shields on.
And then Psalm 5, verse 2. Wither the trees shall,
Oh god.
and shrivel and die.
I'm gonna actually throw up.
Oh my god. If okay, here's the deal. If you're watching live in Twitch right now and you're not making clips of this, you are doing a disservice. You need to be making clips and posting it all over the internet.
Incomprehensible in retrospect, this episode shall be.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah. My God. We're gonna end this with some good characters though.
I'm honestly completely lost as to who I am, where I'm going.
What year is
You
it?
mean my real life?
I do want to note. Thank you, everyone. We are at $2,500,
Oh, that's amazing.
That is insane.
Unbelievable.
and we are an hour.
We are
in.
1 minute into
1 minute. No, at 1 minute in, we were
It
at
feels like
120.
we were
So
only 1 minute into stream.
it does.
we're
Sorry,
5 minutes
1
into
minute
this
into the
actual
stream
game.
only. It feels like we are.
We're about 5 minutes into the actual game.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 hour in. So thank you, everyone. We appreciate it. Okay.
Yeah.
Happened. No plot has.
I mean, I think we've kind of reached a point where it's like maybe we can continue. So like,
I think we're at a place where we can start going forward. And
I got Junker. Junker is ready to go. I've even got a voice, so let's go.
Junker, perhaps it is.
Junker.
Junker.
All right, I'm gonna start putting. You know what? I'm not even gonna say what I'm doing because I'm not gonna jinx it. So mind your fucking business.
Let's advance and see what happens.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Though.
Unpredictable. the
Do I
future
still have this
is.
vile blood with the poisoning shit?
Yeah, I think we
Yes.
still have the.
Did I get
feat.
a feat?
You were divvying
I
them
think
out.
anybody who had a feat, it would be unfair of us to immediately erase those feats that someone donated to you. So I
Right.
think just roll them over to whatever character we are going to pick up with when the dust settles.
I don't think I ever got.
Oh, you didn't ever get one. We can roll.
Never
one for
got.
you real quick.
Yeah. What do I need to roll? It's 2d6, right?
Roll not, you will.
Okay. Okay.
Four and 5 I have rolled. Likeable you are. About your smile there is something. Comport yourself the way you. Wow, that one didn't. One's not a complete sentence. I get a pass on that one.
Okay.
How you speak. You are best described as approachable. It's weird. My brain can't do this.
Just read it normal. We're good.
Whenever a reaction roll is made, what is a reaction roll? Roll 3d6 and keep the highest 2 dice.
Okay.
That's a mechanic that I didn't know was in the game.
Yeah. What is a reaction? Continue. I'm gonna. Look
I'm
it up.
imagining it's just a roll where you're just like, ah! Like you just throw it.
Throw it at your screen.
Literally what they actually mean. Yeah. Yeah. Go
So
ahead.
I'm hit. I rolled out of reaction. I just.
Go ahead and continue. I am going to look that up while we go.
Okay.
I will have to step away for a moment again to use the bathroom. My partner is currently occupying it.
No, no.
Kick him out.
Get out of the bathroom.
What are you doing in there?
Hey, get out of the
Lumberjack.
bathroom.
just want to say thank you to everyone who's been sticking around through all this.
Yes.
I'm serious. Like,
Yeah,
I typed in
seriously,
chat
thank
just
you.
like a moment ago, like,
Seriously.
you the real G's if you're actually still here and listening to this shit.
Yeah.
I cannot
This is wild.
imagine a more supportive nor anarchic stream, arcanic stream.
Oh,
You know the word
Goodness.
I'm going for.
No, I don't.
Anarchy.
we go.
Anarchic stream.
Is that a word?
Anarchic?
Gotta
It
look-
is. I just can't
gotta
What is
say
that?
it.
look it up.
Antarctic?
anarchist.
God.
Antarctic
Anarchist.
stream. Look
Anarchist.
at all these penguins.
Rob, these are actually reaction rolls are actually important.
Okay.
It's page
yeah.
31.
Page 31.
Yeah,
Flipping to the book here.
yeah. The page 31 in the book. Reaction.
I need to get the
2d6.
fucking book.
You do.
You do need to get the book, Rave.
I'm the black sheep of the family. This is racism.
This is racist.
Yeah, it's literally the like to see how they react to you roll.
I've been rolling these sometimes.
Yeah.
I thought reaction had to do with that means if you come up to a creature, you get to tell if they're friendly or not, basically.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
Ready for story, Rob.
That makes one of us. I'm invoking my game master privileges to nope out of making any continuity for what just happened.
Okay, may I just start by introducing Junker as an actual character? Here we go. Okay, so Junker, again, the sacrilegious songbird, excuse me, is scheming and aggressive. Eyebrows lost to fire and memory, insecure shit stirrer. We'll talk about whoever just left the room.
Amazing.
So, welcome everybody to Junker.
This is your voice, huh?
I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with this as my voice.
I'm just gonna use my normal, not attempting to register on a certain hearing level voice. So here you go. I'm part bear,
Part bear.
and my character looks like Jesse Jerdak. There you go.
Dan
So you're 8
sounds like
feet tall.
Dan sounds like the butcher from Gangs of New York.
I need to watch that movie again. Sorry.
I don't know what my guy sounds like yet.
It's all right, love. You'll come up with it.
What? You just went for. Now you're British?
Mm,
No, I'm Australian.
I hate it here. I'm leaving.
But we'll miss you.
Goodbye.
An immense cemetery, older and greater than memory.
Oh no,
please.
I'm sorry. I can't.
Next
We're
track.
good. We're good on the Yoda voice for now.
Hey Alexa. Next
Are we
track.
though?
Yes.
Alexa.
In
Please.
Sarkash, Graventosk sits.
Hey Alexa. Shut the fuck up. Next track.
Yo, so as a game master, impressions are not my strong suit.
Yeah.
In case you couldn't tell,
We're not mad at your impression. We're just
you're just done.
Oh,
I
We're
can't
over.
stand any
We're over.
more
It's
your
good.
vetoing.
It was what it was, and now we're here.
Yeah, let's
Started from the bottom and we're still there. So
In immense cemetery, older and greater than memory, Graventosk sits in Sarkash like a festering scab. To the east, the Shadow King's mane looms always, impossibly equidistant. Although abandoned since the palace's ruination, bodies somehow keep finding their way inside, all the while living and unliving attempt to claw their way out.
fitting.
Then it says a bit of metanoia, which I Googled. Metanoia, a change in one's life, a change in one's way of life resulting from penitence or spiritual conversion. In psychology, the process of experiencing a psychotic breakdown and subsequent positive psychological rebuilding or healing. So, a bit of metanoia. This adventure is intended as a starting point of your campaign, a one-shot, or a post-TPK adventure. Due to its massive size and unsettling nature, even PCs familiar with other parts of the cemetery are oblivious to this adventure's locales. Have the players awaken in the plague pit, in coffins, under suffocating earth, or wherever you deem appropriate. Then it tells me something I'm not supposed to tell you.
Well, now you gotta tell us.
Suffice to say, there's a map of the graveyard.
Amazing.
Nice.
Not to scale.
That's unfortunate.
You awaken, each of you, in a plague pit. The smell is repugnant, illuminated by moonlight, the color of sour milk. You are encircled by soupy fog whose tendrils occasionally creep down. What do you do?
I disappear for 2 seconds to use the bathroom.
Perfect.
Do we want to take a 2-minute break?
Yeah, let's just actually take a 2-minute break. Thank you,
Oh, no.
everyone, for your
Should we make it
donations.
5?
Yeah, we can make it 5. Thank you, everyone, for your donations
Each of
so
you
far.
contemplate your characters briefly.
We appreciate all of you. We will be back. We will play these characters for a while. If you donate more deaths, we will save them for dramatically appropriate moments, I think. And
That sounds good.
We'll be right back.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Seriously.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
So I mixed a drink.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can see this, but a fly flew into my ice cube. That's that black and
Yep.
Oh,
no!
Should've
Oh,
been
he's
a drink.
still dead.
Oh no.
The liquid.
No, my ice cube's off balance. So he's my Steve Rogers fly. I don't know how he got here. I'm so sorry, but also I'm not gonna throw this drink out.
And
So-
just I also want
I
I just get
appreciate that you very easily could have removed that ice cube.
I could have, but the break is over now, Selena, and we just have to keep going.
You were literally, you know what?
we can see your
Adelaide is
kitchen
right. You
in
are
the background.
so white.
We shaved him.
We can see your kitchen.
It's like we can see your kitchen from where we are.
Oh no, he's gonna spoon it out.
Too late now. You already got fly shit in there.
Oh no, Steve. Well, Steve gets his own fucking like burial grounds now.
Can we frame him? Can we?
No, Rob, we cannot frame him. Can we play the game?
Hi, we're playing MORK BORG, and we are allegedly raising money for a good cause, but mostly it's chaos.
It's entirely chaos. Thank you everyone who's donated so far. We've raised $2,602 for
Fuck
Planned
yes.
Parenthood this evening. We have re-rolled at least 10 characters, possibly more. We have advanced the calendar of Necrobol 3 times, and I think we're ready to jump back in.
If you are new to our stream, MORK BORG is a black metal inspired post-apocalyptic or just apocalyptic game. So really, really suiting our times. The campaign is over when 7 miseries befall the world. And tonight, thanks to all of you watching, 3 more miseries have befallen the world.
I think
We've
that
only
puts it as
got,
5.
Yeah, we're up to 5 miseries. The 6th misery is the last one we roll, and the 7th misery always heralds the end of the campaign. So if you're tired of us, you can literally throw enough money at us tonight to
Rob.
make us stop streaming.
Rob, no, we have 2 episodes left.
At which point we will buy new books and reroll. Thank you for hanging out with us. So many players have died that we are actually going to run an
Yeah.
adventure.
This game is
Like,
dangerous
I
to
keep
players.
saying players.
Player characters.
Characters.
So many
Make
player
sure
characters.
that you
Hyphenate
get all your legal things and finances squared away before playing this game,
Yeah.
because you will die.
We are now playing with our brand new characters who have been through a bit of an apocalypse thanks to you all. Graves Left Wanting, out of the MORK BORG zine Heretic,
Yep.
for which I literally have the shirt.
And I believe where we ended, I was gaining a new feat.
Did we roll that yet?
No.
No.
We also gained 4 more. So we all get
Feats?
another one. Yes. Since then.
Wow.
And,
Someone's on your side after murdering you 5 times.
And thank you for the donation, Asher.
Asher. Nice. Very cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Feats are in the same zine. Unheroic feats. They're not heroic. They're unheroic.
They're for saving your own skin.
All right, Ian. I'm going to roll 2 feats for you back to back.
Awesome.
A 3 and a 2. Feat 32 is First Strike. You believe the shimmering fields are for those who leap into battle, those first to reap glory. Whether your side passes or fails the initiative roll, you may always act first if your action involves inflicting harm.
Well, that is easy to do with this character, so continue.
Your second feat is feat 64, Shield Breaker.
Ooh.
You know the moment an opponent is at their most vulnerable is right after they've attacked. Whenever you use your shield to block all incoming damage, you may attempt a counterattack with +3 damage.
Holy shit.
I don't have a
That's
shield,
It's
so.
not actually about breaking shields, it's about counterattacks.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't have a shield, so that's not gonna happen for a while. But
Better find one.
Might be able to buy one for you. Apparently, like,
do we have any
rich.
corpses around here?
I mean, we are in a graveyard.
You are in a graveyard.
My character is very large and strong. So
Do you all want to roll your own bonus feats, or do you want me to bang them out for you real quick?
Bang them out. Let's go.
Yeah,
Okay.
just do it.
Dan, your bonus feat
That's
is
me.
22. Butcher. You've hacked livestock and poultry into small pieces before. You know what makes them work and how they are made. Humans aren't that different. When any ally dies near you, oh Jesus!
Well, this took a turn.
Test
Hell yeah.
agility, difficulty rating 12, to perform rapid life-saving surgery, rendering them broken instead. Should the person still die, you can make D4 rations out of their corpse.
Oh, Jesus.
I love that, by the way. Healer or not, I get food and or they don't die.
Healer or quartermaster.
Exactly.
amazing.
Raven, your bonus feat is going to be feat number 63. Reckless attacker. Overzealous, constantly making bad calls. An extremely poor sense of judgment.
Fuck off. You don't have to call me out like that.
But you've lived this long, so you must be doing something right. You may attack the same target twice on your turn. Missing the second attack allows your opponent to make an attack that you can defend against at DR +2. And then Selena, 35. Your random feat is Herbalist Healer. You spent what seemed like an eternity under that haze-filled apprenticeship of a master herbalist. You left with a new outlook on life and a few extra skills. Once per day, you may scrounge to find the necessary herbs and flora to create an infection-curing elixir that also heals D4 HP. Also, test Presence difficulty rating 12 to attempt this treatment. Failing instead creates a toxin dealing D4 damage. So it looks like you make the potion and then you apply the potion.
That's kind of boring.
You want to re-roll?
No, it's fine.
Good, because I wasn't going to let you.
Y'all, I got a fucking bomb.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, her, yeah.
Did you say
know.
I got a fucking vom? Like you're
Bomb. Bomb.
Boom,
bomb.
I'm kind of bummed because the occult herb master that I rolled up initially, like at the onset of all of this, one of the like potions or elixirs he carried was called Southern Frog Stew. That just made you
I dug
vomit like continuously. It was all you
That's
did.
Amazing. Amazing. All right. Let me double check something real quick. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Where does it show your armor if you have any? Is it in equipment
Yes.
in the Scumberther? Okay, cool.
Unless you get it from your character stuff,
No,
like I do.
No.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's do this thing.
Okay. You wake up in the plague pit. The smell is repugnant. You're illuminated by moonlight, the color of sour milk, encircled by soupy fog whose tendrils occasionally creep down.
You all just hear a roar.
Ooh,
My character wakes back up. Just
nice.
Oh, right, because you're
I'm a bear.
You're part
Fucking
bear.
bear.
I'm a werebear. Yes.
Is this a part where you throw me up?
Yes.
I'm just
and then I just
Ooh,
vomit up. Just, and it just
And I just come like flopping out. I'm like,
And then you
God,
hear
I
a
don't
burp.
like that. It's disgusting.
My character, who originated in a crypt, just wakes up like.
I turn around and I look at the fucking bear.
What? You're just gonna swallow a guy and not even call back?
And I just start pulling myself up out of the grave.
At the risk of tempting fate here, could we maybe all type our character names into chat?
Oh, okay. That's true.
Since we have new characters, where our overlay is utterly ruined
Oh, yeah.
and is ruined 5 times over.
Sure.
Clad chimes the knives.
That's my fucking name.
I can't believe that was auto-generated.
Yeah.
It's some of the auto-generated names are amazing.
Oh, Clad.
I don't know if
Said
it's
I.
supposed to be like a whole phrase or if
It is 100% a phrase. Like
Chimes
a
is
person
your middle
chiming
name,
the knives.
and the
Plaid
knives is your last
chimes
name?
The knives.
Why are you telling me what my name is like I didn't give it to myself? My
Clad
name is
chimes
Clad
the
Chimes the
knives.
Knives, all right?
Around you in this pit, thankfully for me as your game master, in case people get really off the chain with the donations, are endless corpses at differing stages of decay.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, you are in the bottom of the plague pit. Soupy fog is spilling down.
God, that's what the inside of your stomach sounded like. Fuck.
And I just start wiping like the slime and the fucking bile off of me.
I've been in worse places.
You just hear from like another part of the graveyard, I guess like several graves over. Ah, what the fuck?
Hello.
And you hear like as I like stretch and like every one of my bones pops.
Hello. Hello.
Who is that?
Who are you? I'm Clad Chimes the Knives.
You're doing what? What are you doing?
Hey, come here.
Should we all do this voice?
I'll
It's your own voice.
I'll take my
can't.
sword.
I can't.
Actually, you know what? I don't have a sword. I look down and there's like a corpse that's holding a sword, and I just rip it from him. So now I'm holding a sword, and I like start climbing up out of the pit, and I will climb out of the pit. Junker is very much a part of his own name in terms of looks. You see that he is clad in, instead of clothing, essentially
I'm
clad in chimes the
clad.
knives.
Oh,
Knives.
sorry, clad. No, you're right. You know what? You know that word was definitely in my brain somewhere where I
You got
have it.
incepted.
I'm
Exactly.
Clad.
Yeah. I
Okay.
am wearing definitely just like absolute junk. So things that I found on the side of the road, I have pieced together to make clothing. I might be wearing like a part of like a sign as like maybe a chest piece. And then like cloth from a caravan that I might have toppled over and killed, that kind of stuff. But I walk over towards the pit where I assume Clad and Keftar. Oh wait, no, that's not Keftar. Magverk are. And I look down into the pit and I see a bile-covered person. I guess Clad. What do you look like?
Oh, I am a whole like 4'11.
Okay.
I'm a whole 4'11. I'm a little stout. I got like the little man thing going on where my shoulders are all the way up to my ears. right? Just kind of stomping around with a big burly beard, and I'm bald as fuck.
Got it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
And
Mag.
you actually don't notice Magverk for a second because I'm directly below you.
Ooh, creepy.
And all of a sudden, you just as two massive hands, and I just push myself up out of the pit.
What the hell?
I go, hey,
And-
hey, you gotta puke up my cudgel. Come on.
And I just
You know, this is not what I meant when I said swallow me. I just want you to know.
And so I take the cudgel,
at
and I
first
kind of like,
I reach down and I just pick you up and lift you out of the pit and put you on the ground, and then I hand you the cudgel.
While this is happening, so one of the scum birthed character attributes that I generated was that Keftar is a gambling addict and must bet every day. So I'm going to say that Keftar looks, not to infringe here, but like a Jawa.
Copyright
like-
strike immediately.
Right, but tall, like a tall Jawa,
Talwa.
like a
Talwa.
Talwa.
A
Right,
Talwa.
that's not copyright infringement.
Not-
There we
nope,
go.
not at
So,
all.
so a Talwa, thin, just beady eyes, kind of peering out. But I am making my way from like grave to grave and collecting the coins that have been laid as tribute, and then just like they're disappearing into the sleeves of my robe.
I'm gonna so Magverk is a literal bear of a man. Massive. Very muscular, probably like close to 7 foot tall, hairy, wearing leather armor.
That's why I like you.
You're a literal,
not shallow,
a
I'm
literal
shallow.
bear.
Yeah.
A literal bear.
And he doesn't appear to be carrying any equipment whatsoever other than the leather armor. Oh, come on.
Selena, you collect 13 silver coins from the bodies in the plague pit.
I started
Nice.
with 157 silver pieces.
Yeah. Get at my. Remember when I said I was rich? Get at my 195.
Damn.
Right.
And since we're
I'm 28.
since we're on it, the bodies of the plague pit. Dan, you mentioned that you grabbed a sword.
Right.
It literally says on the loot table for the bodies in the plague pit, a rusted but functional short sword that does D4 damage is available in the bodies.
Nice.
Excellent.
Nice.
I'm gonna end up rolling for the power because I can't read scrolls. So I'm gonna. Or is this dusk or dawn that we're at? Or which one is closer?
You were illuminated by moonlight, the color of sour milk.
Oh, right. I was trying to forget that part. Anyway, okay, perfect. So I'm going to say dusk. What page is page is powers? Please.
Oh, powers are.
Wait.
No, that's troubling tales. There we go.
Don't worry, this book is really
34.
34.
Navigate.
Okay. So powers. So what the fuck do I roll for?
You're,
You need to roll powers?
It's a. Yeah. What's it say?
D10.
I'm so listen. Just hear me out. My brain shut down 9 years ago.
Yeah. Are you rolling for a
So
scroll?
it says you are literate, but only in dead languages, and cannot use scrolls. Instead, you can intuitively use one randomly rolled power. The
Gotcha.
power
okay.
changes each dawn or dusk. Pick one.
So basically, every dawn or dusk, roll a d10 or roll a d20. I guess.
Let's make it a D20.
Yeah, because that'll.
So-
Yeah.
We've got our list of powers here.
Yep.
Powers are normally given to you by sacred scrolls or unclean scrolls.
Okay.
and you need to make a presence test to wield them. If you fail that presence test, the power doesn't work, you lose hit points, and you become dizzy. So roll a d20 for me, Raven, and we will determine what power you can use for this day. Intuitively, not from a scroll.
13.
Whispers past the gate. Ask 3 questions to a deceased creature.
Okay. Dope. We love that. Okay. Let me write that down.
Uh-oh.
What?
Have you all climbed out of the plague pit here?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point, we're all just kind of wandering amongst the graves.
Yeah, okay.
How far
Uh,
away did we all wake up from one another? Like, obviously, Clad Chimes and Bear Man. What's your name again?
Start with an M.
Bearman.
No, stop.
Stop what? Stop being Bearman?
Yep.
So obviously Clad Chimes and Magberg like woke up together, and now
Obviously.
in a manner of speaking,
In a
and
matter of speaking.
and now Magberg's over there. So like, how far away am I?
I would say you are all climbing out of the plague pit. And I think that you are all of the survivors. You emerge from the pit together, and you look around in an endless sea of gravestones.
So I will be like with my short sword. I feel like since my strength is 0, I'm like tired, having just woken up in this pit. I'm dragging the sword kind of behind me. My back is arched, and I'm just like humming a tune. And you can hear like my sword just dragging through the mud as I move through here.
Keftar, as you look about, you see a loose, I wouldn't call it a pattern, but an irregularity throughout the graveyard. There are winding paths that all look like veins or capillaries connecting to larger and larger paths out. They seem bent on leading fools astray. Traveling here, you think will be difficult because this thick fog is lingering on the horizon. Everywhere you look, there are these regular gravestones, and you feel like you wonder for a moment: is this purgatory? You feel like this graveyard is so big that you could be trapped here if you don't find a way out.
So since I spend a lot of time desecrating cathedrals by night, I know my way around a graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any like terrestrial touchstones that I can spot to kind of like help me discern that this isn't purgatory, it's actually like a physical plane?
Sure. Why don't you roll a d6 to tell me what you know about Graven Tosk, and a d8 to tell me what sensory strangeness you encounter here.
So 3 for the d6 and a 6 for the d8.
Okay. As you emerge from this pit and you start looking around, you smell the sudden smell of wet dog. And you know
Sorry.
that a rumor that you have heard about Graven Tosk is that this graveyard is full and no one uses it anymore.
No vacancy.
No vacancy.
I'll be above board on this because it's a hilarious note for the meta game of our stream tonight. In parentheses, this rumor says, maybe.
Okay, I'm Keftar is gonna like take a big deep breath and let the smell of wet dog just like completely inundate him. And then I will like orient myself toward the movement that I see coming from where the other members of this party are and start heading that way, coins jingling in my robe as I go.
So you're kind of following us in a sense.
I'm not necessarily
coming up to us.
I'm coming to see like what the ruckus is about.
And Junker, you're humming to yourself as you look around.
I'm actually just walking like straight in a direction.
I'm just gonna take a look around, and does it look like the direction that Junker is heading in might be a way out? Obviously, any direction is a way out at some point, but does it look like he's heading in a direction that makes sense?
You hear a scratching sound in the distance in the direction that that new character names
Junker?
Keftar is going.
Keftar.
Where Junker, where are you headed?
Head.
Okay.
I believe you literally said you just started walking in a direction.
If you're going in separate directions, then okay. Junker wanders into the fog.
Oh, wait.
Oh, what? Once I phrase it like that, suddenly you have misgivings.
No. I wander into the fog. I'll do the quick like movie move where I have a slight hesitation as I turn back to the group and I try to gain eye contact with one of them.
I look at you.
Okay,
Oh,
perfect.
I do too.
I'll look at them and I'll give like a big old grin and I'll just turn around and I guess I'll walk into the fog.
Hey, you know that's dangerous, right? You shouldn't go by yourself.
We should
My
probably
head
follow him.
my head pops back out of the fog. Then you should come along.
What? I just got outside from being inside of a fucking bear, man.
I don't know. What
And
you're
then, like, I
talking
look
about.
all the way up at Magverk.
Hey, carry me, please. My little legs are hurting.
You're like 4 something, right?
Yeah, I'm 4'11".
I reach down and I pluck you up and I just put you on my shoulder.
Daddy!
And I start lumbering after Junker.
I don't know how this became like the narrative between the two, but I don't hate it.
I'm fine with this.
I think the character origin of another PC vomited up my character is a genius bit of improv here.
Yeah.
You all are wandering off with Junker into the fog.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I haven't done that yet.
I know.
No, you're behind us.
Okay.
You're like, wait,
And,
no, not me.
Keftar, you, however, are fixated on the smell of wet dog and a scratching sound that you hear in a different direction. What do you do?
Is it like frantic scratching? What kind of scratching is it?
Determined?
I'm gonna head off toward the scratching.
As you slip through the fog, you see a mutt of a dog relentlessly digging. There is no gravestone here.
What kind of like ground is he digging into? Is it like freshly disturbed earth?
It is soft earth.
Okay. I'm gonna watch the dog for a second and kind of see where this goes before I interfere.
Eventually, the dog gets to a body. And it looks like the dog snatches from the neck of the body a pendant, and the chain is dangling from this mutt's mouth, and the mutt goes off into the mist in one direction.
Terrible band.
Hmm?
What?
Hey Rob. 2 treasures have been granted to our party.
2 treasures.
Yeah.
If you want to
that's
work
a
that
first.
into
Let's
this,
go.
I've reminded chat that they can also give us things, not
Wait,
just kill
hold on.
us.
I was about to do something that works into this.
Perfect.
So Keftar, never one to overlook an opportunity to acquire some wealth, will start like moving earth away from the body, looking for valuables.
When you go digging around, you find a pair of rocks that are stuck together.
Okay.
They're crackling and fizzing.
Can I actually like touch them? Can I hold them?
Yeah. They seem magnetic. They want to gravitate towards each other. And the round stone is glowing dull orange.
Not to pull a decrepit one, but they disappear inside my robe.
You pocket them, and that's when you hear a growling. And another of these unbred mutts is staring you down. This one does not have a necklace in its mouth. And it's growling at you, and it lunges at you. And that's where we're going to cut to the other group. You are wandering through the mists, everyone else. Clad Chimes, Junker, Nagverk.
You don't have to say my name like that. I'm right here.
You are wandering through the mists, and suddenly you tumble into a giant pit. Wait a minute, this is the same pit that you just climbed out of.
Wait a minute. I was following Junker. Does he tumble in first ahead of me?
Okay. Junker tumbles into the pit.
You're muted,
But
Dad.
for your cowardice, Junker is the one getting this treasure
Wait
now.
a minute. I'm just kidding. He's a bear. Can we? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna stop just at the edge of the pit as he tumbles in. Like,
Yeah, you just hear, oh, fuck!
Junker, you missed it before, but once you fall into this pit a second time, you find in the bottom of it an eye.
Sorry, that was a lot. Just an eye. You find an eye.
Not just any eye, a magic eye.
A magic eye.
This is a magic eye. You have to.
Do I cross
stare
my
at it,
eyes?
But you have to let your vision blur, and then
Yeah, I
you
was gonna say,
see
can
the
I
sailboat.
cross? Can I cross my eyes? I find a magic eye. Guys, there's some fucking weird ass book in here.
It's
Schooner.
wicked weird.
It's wicked weird.
When placed upon your forehead, this eye grants a vision into the abyss at a price.
Great prize, thanks. I can view into the abyss.
When fused directly to your skull, this eye grants a vision.
Apply directly to the forehead.
Sorry,
Yeah.
good
So
callback.
you have an eye of Horus.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna I'm gonna lead with that as I claw my way back out of this pit. All you see is a hand flop out with like a fucking eye with like the whole tendons and stuff like that running out of the back of the eye. I'm holding on to those, and I just like flop out with that hand, and you just hear a squelch as the eye hits the ground, and I pull myself up.
Where-
Hey, take a look
Where
at this.
eye would have a pupil, you see a tiny rune that looks like it's been carved into the flesh.
This looks
Love that.
kind of important.
I'm gonna just turn and start walking.
I will immediately turn to Clad Chimes the Knives.
I'm up top. You gotta look
Riding
up
on
at
the
me.
shoulder.
Damn it.
I'm up here.
Hey,
Hey, my eyes are up here.
My eyes up here. Listen, stop looking at my ass.
It's finance. That's all I gotta say. Anyway,
You're not wrong.
look at here. Look at here. I got something.
this has gone off the rails.
Yep.
Is it ever on the rails?
You have
No.
so you've wandered all the way through the mists right back to where you started.
Mhm.
And you
Yeah.
can see here that Keftar, as you're wandering through the mist, Keftar, looming over Keftar is one of these unbred mutts, one of these dogs that looks to be a mongrel grave digging dog that wanders the graves left wanting, digging new pits for those who maybe don't belong here, and also digging up the graves of those who were put here too soon. I improv'd that.
We got three new
please clap.
feats. Please clap. We have three new feats that
clap.
came in, but while that happens,
3 new feats.
yep.
People
Get
are making
some-
you too strong.
We are powerful.
It's time to cut you down.
Look, I don't have any omens, and I have like advantage on my rolls. So
2 3s. Okay. Dan.
Nope. They're for Clad Chimes.
they're all for
All
Clad
3 of
Chimes.
them?
Yep.
Wow.
Clad Chimes the Knives gets a gutsy strike.
Yes.
Glad Chimes
You
deserves
once
it.
saw.
Yeah.
What's that?
Glad
Cheers,
Chimes
Glad.
deserves it.
Putting up with this
Clad
nonsense.
Chimes, instant fan favorite. You once saw a man decapitate a horse with a
I did.
giant blade.
It was
I
me.
did. It was my bear, man. I call him Daddy.
Oh.
It was less a sword and more a large slab of iron. When swinging your own sword, you can't help but think of the beast's vacant eyes.
It's true.
When wielding Zweihaund weapons, you may swing with a difficulty of +2. If the attack lands, add d6 to your damage.
Damn.
Missing allows your opponent to strike with an attack that you can defend against. The difficulty of your defense is increased by 2 as well. So you've got
Okay,
Gutsy
so
Strike.
that's a lot of words. I just put gutsy strike and then a bunch of numbers.
Gutsy Strike.
You also got to find a spy hander. Do you have a spy hander as your weapon?
Oh, I'm a fucking
Oh.
I mean,
I'm gonna fucking find one, man.
Chad climbs. Chad climbs.
Chad climbs.
I knew it was going to happen.
Chad climbs.
Hey, I'm not white. I'm not white.
Oh,
Oh,
oh no.
I don't
did
drink
not-
alcohol with flies in it.
I didn't see that one coming. Oh.
Woo.
For those just tuning in, you're watching MORK BORG, a game where everyone dies.
I feel like we should have like scrolling text going across the bottom when you talk like that.
Yeah.
Like, welcome to MORK BORG.
I don't have time to set that up. What?
Plaid chimes.
That sounded so pained.
It's likable. Which I think Ian, I think your character is also likable.
Yes.
There's something about your smile, the way you comport yourself, how you speak. You're best described as approachable. It's weird. Whenever a reaction roll is made, roll 3d6 and keep the highest 2 dice. So this generally means random encounters will treat you more favorably.
Okay, 3D.
And then you get one more feat. Hyper awareness.
Oh, fuck me in the butt.
Well, that's just.
Just kidding. He already did that.
I don't have a chime. I don't have a bing.
You are paranoid, sensing danger in every shadow. Everything wants to kill you. You're jittery with bird-like movements. You can never be the victim of a surprise attack.
Ooh.
Additionally, your side takes initiative on 3+. Your hyper awareness makes everyone's initiative more likely to go.
Holy shit, that's
Damn.
awesome.
So I'm never surprised.
You're never surprised, and your team gets initiative on a 3 or better instead of a 4 or better.
That's
you roll
awesome.
a d6 to get that.
Awesome.
Clad chimes is chimes. Clad chimes is immortal.
You're forgetting the knives.
Not. I know that was disrespectful.
The level of disrespect in this fucking establishment, I swear to God.
You sound like a Chad Climbs. I'm just saying.
Hey, look at me in my eyeballs. Fuck you.
You are coming upon
Oh.
new character names. It's so hard. I'm gonna write them down. I'm just gonna write them down. I feel
They're-
good about these characters. I feel
I
like
wrote
they're
them down
gonna.
in chat.
Yeah,
They're really-
they're in the
I-
chat. They're in the Zoom
Avatar.
chat.
I think that these characters are
Avatar
in it
Jumper
for
5.
the long haul.
We'll
Night
see. I'm hoping. I'm not gonna lie. I like being a bear man. It's
And I like being this short, like hypersexual, shallow.
I'm okay with Junker dying.
man.
I'm also okay with Keftar the tall one dying. We'll see where this goes.
Keftar, in one of these unbred mutts is staring down at you and it lunges. Why don't you roll
Oh.
initiative, knowing that we now have a new feat that affect? Oh,
Hang on.
Hanging.
I have a riposte. So the weapon that I generated is a femur. And before the dog lunges, I just hold it up in front of me and go like I get the dog's attention.
Uh-huh.
See, is he following?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I like chuck it.
the dog disappears into the mist.
Does Keftar chuck it towards us?
I didn't specify the direction, so I actually
damn
don't know.
We'll say a 1 on a d6 is towards y'all.
Okay.
It sails a little to your right.
Okay. So we just hear a dog go barking past us towards the right.
Yes.
I'm gonna go back to looting the corpse.
Okay. Yeah, you find those magnetic rocks.
As the dog kind of like comes like whizzing past us, as I'm sitting on top of Magverk's like shoulder, I like throw up like karate chop hands, like, "Hey, what are you doing over there?
Was that toward me?
Go towards the
Throw
dog.
Okay.
Are you just
Towards
laughing
the
at me,
dog?
just being like,
You
This
hear
is
a
very no, it's in character because I'm laughing at myself.
He's
Okay.
laughing. Yeah,
Okay,
he's laughing.
all right.
Yeah.
okay.
you hear a satisfied growling and a chomping noise, and the sound of splintering bone.
And as
Ooh.
that's happening,
I say, hey, see what I did there? Was with the arms? You like that? Yeah. All right.
You should have just kept her in your belly.
Selena, roll a d4 for me.
Here I go.
Raven is clad.
Four.
He, she.
Clad
They-
is a himbo.
Okay,
He is fully him.
got
Okay.
it.
As you loot the body, you see a path through the mist, a long trail that leads somewhere that seems new. There's a staircase up to some kind of Roman-style ruins. You see that there are pillars rising up on a raised stone platform. Many cracks. It's far in the distance, silhouetted by this mist.
Does this look like a mirage? Like, does this look real? Or is it an illusion?
What?
What do you mean what? What do you mean what?
Do you have any special powers to determine illusions that are far away?
Come on, pull it out of your ass.
Hang on.
What do your heretical priest eyes tell you?
Ah,
Oh, there it is. Illusion building vision.
I really did not roll a whole lot. Do I find anything else in this corpse?
This corpse has been stripped of its possessions. You remember seeing that mutt grabbed a necklace
A
from
necklace.
its neck and
Okay.
ran off with it.
I am going to, since I can't discern whether or not this is a real thing, I'm going to stand up and like dust myself off and start heading toward the staircase.
Okay. You all see that Keftar is heading off in that direction, and Keftar's silhouette is disappearing into the mist. You don't see the stairs, but if you chase after Keftar, you might.
Junker would.
Walking in that, yeah, I keep walking in that direction, but I take a look at Clad Chimes and I take a look at, or like, it just are we? Is this what we're doing? Kind of way.
So yeah, Junker would definitely look back at you and be like, "Ain't got nothing better to do," and he'll just drag his sword behind him, and instead of like arching his back, this time his back will be like straight forward, and he'll like be leaning at an angle backwards and dragging the sword back behind him as he walks forward with his like feet first. Mhm.
Doom doo doom doo doom doo 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 doom.
Yeah,
I
sure.
like contemplate picking Junker up, and then I just don't. You're like,
Attaboy. Attaboy.
I'm gonna stop like abruptly because I sense that I've got that eerie feeling that I'm being followed.
Can I just run into you?
looking up at the sky because you're just like,
Yeah.
When you do run into me, it's just like all skin and bone beneath a robe. It's like you run into me and you just hit pelvis.
I see. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeesh. Looks like the grave wasn't very kind to you, huh?
Look who's talking.
Hey, come on. He's a prime real estate here.
I mean, I don't know, buddy. That doesn't look very prime to me.
I wouldn't hit it. I wouldn't.
I turn around.
Voice says from above.
Yeah, I turn around. I'm like, yeah, so where you headed? And I kind of look off and towards the stairs, I guess.
As you approach the stairs, a sour smell like acid permeates the air. This whole place is illuminated by sickly glowing puddles of green and yellow. There's a boiling sound.
I'm gonna look down at Drunker and say, look, I don't know who you are or who the rest of you guys are, but I
What
got
do you mean, you guys?
I got debts to pay. I'm following the smell. I got a bad feeling about this place, and I don't know. Those stairs, they're calling to me.
You might want to get that looked at.
No. He's got a point. I kind of drawn to these stairs too. I don't know why.
Right? I know.
And I start walking towards the stairs.
Hey, wait.
See, whatever. He's got a bug up his ass too.
What the hell? You got a bear?
Yeah,
Where'd you get a bear?
I found him at the tavern.
I'm not a
Was-
bear.
Oh, my apologies.
He's my bear.
Oh, it speaks.
Yeah.
Don't you love the way he growls? It's so cute.
I'm starting to
Hey.
get an idea of what this is now.
I got an idea. Look, Bear,
Yeah.
what's your, may I just call you for simplicity's sake, Bear?
Mag-
Man?
Magbert.
Magvik, Bear. Okay, well, I just happened to have come across some extra money. Just about totally acquired legally.
Yeah.
No, it's not. He was picking it up off the dead bodies, but nobody's around to care. You can't fool me. I know everything about everything.
You're not talking to gods, my man.
Oh,
man.
look, I
Uh-oh.
just woke up. I'm not feeling really like all there. I got this heavy crook that I'm carrying. I don't know if you've noticed.
You got a cook?
A crook.
A crook. She said
My man.
He said a crook.
Why don't we say like heads you carry me, you hoist me up, I sit behind your friend there.
Hey.
Tails,
There's not enough room up here.
I don't know, it looks pretty spacious.
There's a whole nother shoulder.
The mist is beginning to part, and you can see that 2 rows of columns are holding a buckling ceiling of some kind of not like a coliseum, but like a long Parthenon-like building. It has ornate stone walls, and you're climbing this staircase. Am I misunderstanding here?
I was starting to, yeah.
Okay. As you climb, you can smell this acrid smell, and these puddles everywhere that are dripping across the stone and down the stone. Actually, seem to be dissolving it in some places.
Yeah, it looks like your normal average everyday staircase that leads to hell.
I like hell.
It goes up to hell.
Yeah. What? Haven't you been to the lower hells before?
You've never went up to hell? The fuck? Who are you, my guy?
I don't know. It was like a voice of God that just came through for a moment to make a joke, and it just was whatever. I guess I don't know.
No, the joke wasn't funny. It was terrible.
I didn't like it.
Wait, hold on.
We
have
hear that same. You hear that same voice though?
Yeah, I thought it was the only one.
Nah.
Ew.
Oh shit, we all hear it.
Hang on,
Oh,
where are you?
fuck.
Where are you guys from?
Listen,
Hey,
I know
It's-
I
yes.
had some cocaine
Brooklyn?
before I got
Y'all from
indigested.
Brooklyn? You're from Brooklyn?
Holy shit!
Hey, I'm walking here.
You're from New Brooklyn?
I've been out here like 26 years. I thought I was the only one.
It's Brooklyn Beck.
Come back.
Y'all from Mork, Brooklyn?
Mork Brooklyn.
Borg.
Has Magverk like totally just like left? Because I was like,
Yes.
damn it! I was trying to place a bet. I was trying to make a wager.
I completely walked away.
Magverk, as you climb the stairs, you see that there's an ornate stone-walled chamber. And in the distance in this building, a marble coffin on a raised dais. And you can see that this coffin, it's on this raised platform, and it's leaking this yellow substance. And the lid, it looks like this coffin looks like a pot that's boiling over. It's like irregularly shaking and bubbles are popping out of it.
I'm just
It's
gonna
actually making like a hissing noise the
I
closer
stop
you get.
and I'm just like, I'm like, I just immediately just cautious, like, nope.
The entire I love that all of you are like, plot? What do we do?
I
Did
know,
I
and I
mention that we're professionals?
we're professionals here. Did I know Clad Chimes is with me. But did Junker
Not getting
and
rid of me, baby.
God damn it, Selena, what is your character's name?
No.
I keep wanting to say Kefka. So all
It's
I keep wanting to
Kafka.
say Kefka too.
right. Did you follow
Kafka.
Kafka? There we go. Did you follow me?
Yeah, because I'm still trying to like. I'm still trying to
Goad
get
you
to-
into something.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Hear me out.
I mean, what? Gesture towards the pot. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, Keftar, you see this coffin on a raised dais. It's leaking this bubbling fluid. And something about it.
I don't know. I get a good feeling from this stuff.
Yeah,
Why don't you go check it out?
yeah.
I'm gonna like I feel like it's calling to me. You don't hear that? Do you hear that?
I will try to steal her or his coin pouch.
Wow. The metagaming. The people,
I don't know what you're talking
people
about.
demand a player sacrifice, and now you're looting the bodies that are about to be
Before
sacrificed.
before it gets sacrificed.
You're
Where-
not-
what's
I'm making
sacred?
a GM
What is
call.
sacred
The
at this
next
point?
sacrifice is you, pal. for this egregious violation of the sacred oath of this night's streaming, Dan, you're on notice.
Okay. All right. Well, what do I roll to steal all his shit?
Wow.
it's presence, isn't it?
Yeah, give me a
Wouldn't-
presence test.
Would that be presence or agility?
Yeah, you give me agility. Selena, give
Oh,
me presence.
Sweet. I've got a +2 to presence.
Can I just take my presence roll?
You are lucky.
Oh, I am lucky.
You are lucky.
I am also lucky. I rolled an 18.
Oh, you're
I
just
just-
regular lucky, not feet lucky.
I'm
Yeah.
feet lucky. Agility. You rolled an 18? Don't worry
Mhm.
about it. I'm coming at you with a 6.
A 6?
Yeah, 6.
Okay.
I just want you to know.
As
did it.
you approach, you see that Keftar is creeping towards this raised platform where there's a coffin that's bubbling over with yellow-green boiling liquid. And as you see Keftar about to reach for it, you reach for Keftar's coin purse, and in doing so, accidentally shoulder check Keftar into the boiling liquid.
Fuck.
Immediately,
Amazing.
Keftar's shoes dissolve, and then all of Keftar's flesh.
Oh no, is it like that scene from Who Framed Roger Rabbit with the shoe?
Oh no! No! It's
Oh
like a
my
squealing.
god, it's dead!
So I'm standing right there.
Oh, that sucks.
And
Hey.
I just look at Fat Chimes,
Keftar
Hey.
is melting.
and I just kind of shrug a little bit.
while
Glad shrugs back like,
while Keftar is shrugging, or while Keftar is like screaming and like kicking or whatever, can I take the back of my sword and just like push him further into the acid or whatever it is? The bubbling liquid. Just to stop the screaming.
I don't know how to scream in a regional accent. Like a,
I'm dying over here.
Hey.
Hey, I'm dying over
melted
here.
I'm sorry. Oh god.
It's a fucking scene from Who Framed Roger Rabbit with the shoe.
Yeah.
That's
Straight
what.
up.
Yeah. I just
literally
just
straight
like,
up.
God.
As you are sinking closer and closer into the burning acid here, you see that floating in this wicked liquid are bones. Some bones seem not to be corroded in here. They're
Hold on.
floating.
Can I interject? I'm melting and I'm taking a moment to like like take in my surroundings.
You in between screams, I hear, oh.
You realize that you are being digested alive by some kind of potent stomach acid.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's some wicked liquid.
The acid seems to dissolve flesh but not bone, and you feel that your flesh is sloughing off of your body. You're turning into a soup, and this whole place reminds you of some Grecian stomach, and that's when you realize that you're in a vomitorium. And
Sounds hot. I'm into it.
Keftar, you
We know.
are tonight's meal. The last thing you observe is that floating in the stomach acid is some kind of ivory horn, an instrument. That's when your eyeballs dissolve.
And we're
I
just
like
all
it.
standing here
Get-
watching.
Can we preface this, because I don't think we outright said it. That was a donation to kill
Yes.
one of our
that
players.
wasn't just for fun. Someone donated to kill Selena's character,
Yep.
because you can do that tonight. So Selena, roll that beautiful scum-birther.
Yeah.
Here I go.
So
Yeah. The conversation out of the pit.
Yeah, just-
yeah, he.
Uh,
I mean, he slipped. We all saw him
I
slip,
know.
right?
Magvark's just like
We all saw him slip.
You definitely killed him, but I don't care.
so that way. It just points like back off the.
Yeah, I pull my collar away from my neck a little bit. Yeah.
All right. And I'm just trying to start lumbering off.
Dan.
Yeah.
Let me scroll up to find. Yeah, Junker. As you are sifting around in the human junk, the dissolving flesh and the floating bone, you see a human-sized ivory horn, bedecked with a family crest. It's bound in entrails. It's got skulls on it. The entrails somehow are not dissolving. But yeah, you can see floating in a pool of stomach acid is an instrument meant to be blown.
Anybody want to blow that?
I will. I'll do it.
Yeah, I look at
Oh,
Glad Chimes.
Glad.
I'll do it.
How did I know? Glad, go on over there and blow on that, yeah?
I mean, normally I do it for money.
I
but-
reach down and I just pluck the horn up out and shake the stomach acid off of it and hand it to Glad Chimes instead of Glad Chimes having to get down off my shoulder.
And I take the horn and I like take my tattered ass like fucking vest. By the way, the vest that I have has like holes around the nipples. That's it. It's perfectly fine, but it's got holes around the nipples.
Don't kink shame.
Like, do the holes like perfectly frame the areolas?
Yeah, it's perfectly framed male areolas.
Where you gotta like, are those? Oh, okay, cool.
Male presenting nipples.
You're dead.
Yeah,
Male
yeah,
presenting nipples.
yeah. So
The
then I
last
take.
thing you see as your eyeballs dissolve.
That is this horn, and then you look up and you see Glad Chimes' nipples.
Yeah, sure.
So I
My
take-
God, it's full of stars.
It's full of nips.
Oh shit! This is.
It's a bit nippy. Back.
I clean the stomach acid off of it, and so because of all my feats, do I know that this is gonna hurt me? Do I have one of those things where it's like I know that I'm about to fucking die if I do this shit?
You don't. I don't think you have a fancy feat for this one.
But I have enough.
I look at you and I go, "Don't worry, my friend. I'm really good with my mouth."
Oh my god! And then I like
You go.
I, like,
you go ahead and blow on that.
I kind of just like squirm and like cross my legs.
Oh fuck. Who knew death was gonna be so hot?
And then I go to blow on this horn.
Everybody make a d20 roll. You're
Oh.
testing your toughness. So add your toughness bonus or penalty.
Am I?
I got a
with-
nat 20.
No, yeah, so did I.
Hell yeah! Dude. Are you fucking serious? 2 nat 20s?
Am I also rolling one with my new character that I just rolled up? That's really cool.
I don't think so. Not yet.
Okay.
19 on toughness.
Okay.
2 nat 20s and a fucking 19.
The horn blows a raspberry. The sound is disgusting. So disgusting that each of you reflexively gags. And you think that the sound of this horn makes you want to vomit.
God, there's my gag reflex. I found it again.
When you hear this noise, though, you also you realize that you are holding the horn of a legendary bard-made noble. This is the horn of Fela Mouse, who was cursed by a bog hag after neglecting to fill her part of a long-forgotten occult enterprise. You know that this horn was desecrated by the bog hag.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Bog hag named Harriet.
Imagine.
Bring it around full circle.
Right?
Full circle.
You look around and the bile, the stomach acid that's littering this vomitorium is starting to die down now that you have picked up this horn. The casket that was overflowing with boiling stomach acid now stops and comes to settle, and the pools are beginning to dry up.
Can I look back towards where Keftar like dissolved essentially? I would like to invoke my butcher ability.
Sure.
For any ally that dies around me, may I make D4 rations out of them?
Roll a d4.
Excellent. That is a 3.
Phil?
How much?
3.
3. You scoop up in a classical looking urn that's decorated with a scene of carnage. You scoop up enough of Keftar and just a bit of stomach acid that you know that once this settles, it will turn into a delicious and tart, naturally fermented soup.
Kind of look to the rest of the group, probably giving me a side eye, and I look, and I'm like,
Not even.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
okay,
Not even
well,
phased.
okay, well then it's gonna be one of those awkward moments where I'm like expecting to explain myself, and then like nobody's paying attention, and I'm like, it's gonna be spicy.
Selena, you got a new character to roll up here?
Yeah. But so the description of the character is pretty cool, but the name is Spiegel.
Spiegel?
Spiegel, the cursed skinwalker.
Oh, another skinwalker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm a fan.
Okay. Should have stayed dead, but something grabbed a hold of your soul as it seeped into the river of death and sealed you once again in mortal flesh. Only this time the cage is not yours alone. In the currents of the afterlife, your soul mingled with that of another dying creature, leaving you halved. Now you live a shared existence, locked in everlasting struggle between man and monster. Spiegel is pompous and egocentric. Best friend is a skull. I always carry it with me. It tells me everything.
Amazing.
I tell it everything, and I trust no one. And I have 4 monkeys that ignore but love me.
At least they love you.
I think you get to decide any player character we've killed today can be that skull.
Ooh,
Ooh.
how cool.
Okay.
You got a myriad options.
I want.
You don't have to decide right now either.
No, I know who. I want the heretical priest.
Area?
No, gosh, I'm sorry. The decrepit one.
Oh.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
So
you
my-
want decrepit one's skull?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fucking amazing.
We've
I love
got
it.
we've got a character death that we have to deliver on as well.
Oh God.
Though we've been told not clad.
Can't be
It-
clad.
Yeah, I can't be glad.
Can't be clad. Clad is protect.
Bad chance is protected.
Which means it's got to be
Don't do it.
either Junker
Or bear.
or our bear.
Magbear. Yep. I believe if I'm not overstepping, Magberk was wanting to play his character. I will very much sacrifice myself as Junker.
Okay.
If you're willing to do so, I am legitimately interested in playing this character through the
Yeah,
end of
for
this
sure.
campaign. Yes.
No, I'm
Okay.
or at least for the
Junker-
next session.
Junker
Yeah.
is
We'll kill Junker in the next couple minutes.
yeah.
here.
Let's talk. Let's do it.
Let's talk. Okay. You've wrapped up at Moss's Vomitorium, and you have somewhere else to go now.
My eyes keep wigging out, like blinking on and off.
You wander through the mists, and Junker, you're in the lead here, and you see the gnarly branches of a tree, a huge tree, long since leafless. A dozen bodies are hanging from it, swaying in the wind. And as you get close, a vine from it, or maybe a rope, snags you, and you're looking at the strangly tree.
Well,
The strangly tree.
There's a kid song called Under a Shady Tree.
Under a strangly tree.
Yeah, I just love that now. That's what I'm gonna sing forever.
All right. Well, you hear. So, anyways, hey, you're good with that not being my fault. I get
I-
would.
I look kind of like down at Magverk and I go,
Hey, he dropped food.
Oh,
He dropped. Yeah.
just reach down, pick it up.
Junker, you're snatched from your feet by this tree, pulled into the air, and you leave behind a vat of your delicious soup, which is now fermented. The meat has perfectly tenderized in the stomach acid you collected, but the acidity has died down, reacted, so that you have a nice sweet and sour soup here.
Amazing.
Your friends, if you can call them that, are huddled around it, wafting in the aroma of this, and they don't notice your feet kicking overhead.
Not at all.
the last thing I will do is I will take my Eye of Horus and slap it against my forehead. And
Oh,
choose
really?
choose to look
Perfect.
into the abyss.
This is incredible because the Eye of Horus's power says, if I can find it. Where was it? Oh my god. It's in one of these books, damn it. Here we go. The Eye of Horus. Place upon your forehead, the eye grants a vision into the abyss at a price. When checking for traps, you see your grisly death from a less careful timeline, allowing you to better find a workaround. Overland travel is mired with difficulty as you wade through corpses. You slap the Eye of Horus to your forehead, and as you do so, you see a version of you from moments before that slapped the Eye of Horus to your forehead and managed to escape this dangling noose that snapped you up. But as the eye looks back at you, you realize you are the grisly death from the less careful timeline. And in an alternate timeline, you survived by using the eye moments sooner.
You just hear, well, fuck.
And I look up. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, well.
As you dangle, you kick with your boots until there is no air left in your lungs. Somewhere on the other side of the strangling tree, a rope breaks and your new character falls to the ground, having just evaded their death.
You see now a fanged deserter. Dropping with a crossbow.
We're looking at it's 10:50 over here. So in the shadow of the strangly tree, that's where we'll end for tonight.
Which means we now have a party of Magverk the Bear Man, Glad Chimes,
The knives.
the knives,
The knives. Don't forget the fucking
Not
knives.
Chad Climbs.
Not Chad Climbs.
Glad Chimes,
Not
Although-
Chad Climbs.
the knives,
Clan does climb, if you know what I
a
mean.
fanged deserter,
Who is named Gorwa?
Gorwa,
Yeah, but I go by Gore.
or okay, and I believe a gilded wolf,
Yep. Elka the Gilded Wolf.
Elka the gilded wolf. So, thank you everyone for donating and tuning in for this pure chaos. Seriously. Hold on, let me double check. Okay, we haven't raised any since the last time I checked. We've raised $7,304 with matching. With Rob's matching up to 1,000, and then our anonymous donor matching the entire $1 to dollar. That's phenomenal. Thank you so much, everyone. We very much appreciate it. It's going to a great cause. Very important right now. we do have 2 episodes left of our MORK board campaign. I believe we'll be... Rob, correct me if I'm wrong schedule-wise. We'll be back next week.
I'd love to tell you, but my computer with my schedule documents is currently at Micro Center getting fixed because I spent about 4 hours troubleshooting and couldn't get to the bottom of it.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Womp.
Womp.
It's in a Google Doc. I'm pretty sure we're here next week.
I'm like 90% sure we're here next week, so we'll be here next week for the penultimate episode. We will be off the following week because here at Gehenna Gaming... Yes, go ahead, Dan.
The first, I do remember in the document, it was question mark because July 4th. It was just like, first? July 4th?
Okay.
But I mean, I'm here, so I was like, whatever.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We will definitely be off on the 8th, though, because that is here at Gehenna. We have Virtual Horror Con. Virtual Horror Con is our annual entirely virtual horror media and TTRPG convention that we run. I'm really excited this year. It's going to be great. We have a great lineup of actual plays and panels going here. If you buy a ticket over on our website, which I'll drop a link in a second, you can check out the panel lists we have, which are behind the tickets, but the tickets are only $20. So if you want to watch some panels, to watch some fantastic people like Raven here and Dan and myself talk about some really important topics in horror and gaming, you can do that. You can also access our exclusive merch and a whole bunch of other fun shit. But yeah, we'll be doing that on the 8th, 9th, and 10th of July. And we'll also be raising money through all of that for Don't Be a Monster, which is a bullying prevention charity that works with haunted houses across the country that do monster work to bring those monsters into schools to do bullying prevention education. So it's a really cool cause. We will be raising money for that throughout the entire convention. That's what the point of HorrorCon is. So
Hell yeah.
make sure you check that out. Links in chat. And other than that, this has been a hilariously chaotic session. I've had a lot of fun.
Thank you so much, everyone who donated. Several of you, I think, donated early and often, causing absolute anarchy, showing off one of the best parts of MORK BORG, which is how brutal the game can be, but also like how much fun we can have kind of improvising from the parts that you give us. Would not have been like this if not for you all donating for healthcare rights and privacy rights in light of the Supreme Court decision today. I know that for me, much of the beginning of the day was a huge downer, but seeing how much generosity that you all had tonight, and giving us a lot of laughs to kind of distract us for a couple hours and hopefully distract you too. This was like a great little oasis for me and I think for everybody else here too. So thank you so much, everybody who turned out tonight to make this like a massive success.
Thank you to everyone who followed and donated tonight. We appreciate all of you. There's too many of you to mention because a lot of you did, so I appreciate that. Very quickly, I just want to thank all of the players here. It's been a little while since we jumped in, so missed all of you. It's been a pleasure jumping back into this game with all of you. Rob, Raven, Selena, Dan. We will be around. I'm going to drop everyone's socials in chat because I know everyone here is tired and wants to relax. So we're going to jump off. We're going to end now. But follow everyone here. They're all wonderful. Check out the wonderful music that we have for this, and we will be back probably in a week, but follow us on Twitter or join our Discord to find out exactly when we'll be back, okay? Good night, everyone.
Night.
Good night,
Thank you
everybody.
so much, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for the donation.